All right, trade recap for today's trade. Unfortunately, I just went to upload the video um, just to realize that I wasn't on the correct mic setting, so I recorded an entire trade recap with no audio. So here we go, take two. What is good, guys? We're going to go over today's trade that we took, those QQQ 627 puts. Dude, I'm a little bit ticked off about that. It's all right. Anyway, let's get into it. All right, so starting off this morning, we had this data candle from CPI, right? 8:30. We get that data candle, boom. And what do we do off that data candle? We wind up retesting those 4-hour highs up. Whoops. Up here, right? And if you guys remember last week, I was telling you if we don't wind up hitting those highs this week, we're gonna hit them next week, which is this week now. I told you guys we were gonna come into these 4-hour highs, take these out, right? So we finally took those out yesterday, and then today, data candle CPI comes out. We wound up retesting these. Another strong rejection off of that. Yesterday we got a strong rejection off of that, and then at market open, boom, we retest that, and then another strong reaction off of that level to the downside. Didn't get in anything right at market open, kind of waited, and I did see this call setup that I didn't wind up hopping into. I just didn't get my entry that I was looking for with my entry model. It didn't play out, so I just waited. Instead of trying to just blindly hop in, listen, there's no reason to do that. A trade you will fund a setup no matter what, right? There's no reason to try and jump it. If it doesn't fit how you trade your entry model, don't even bother. Don't worry about it. Just stay patient, and that's what I did. But if we were to have taken these calls, I mean, these calls were pretty free, I'm not gonna lie. We take out London and Asia low down here, and we get a bullish divergence, right? We're on NQ right now. You can see NQ makes a lower low, and then if we go to ES, boom, we get a higher low made, right? We push up, get a higher low. We don't want up sweeping this low, and that creates a bullish SMT divergence in the market between the pairs. Boom, we absolutely moon off that. This one candle alone was like 80 points, that one 5-minute candle. Pretty free, if you ask me. I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty free trade. Anyway, now let's hop into where we took this trade. I just typed saying hold on, need a little bit. Alright. So now 5-minute, what do we do? After this monstrous move to the upside, we retest 4-hour highs, these level again. We already know off the rip, this is an insanely strong level of resistance, right? Like, how many times have we tested this and just have been yet to get a strong closure or a break above, right? We haven't. So with that in mind, once we come back up to this level, I'm looking at this spot up here, this area of interest, as a possible level for a reversal to try and catch a trade off of that. And that's exactly what we do and what we see. We get a rejection on the 1-minute, right? Strong rejection, 1-minute candle. And that creates this low here. And once we push back up, we wind up getting a shift in market structure back to the downside. We don't make a new high. And I'm going to kind of go over the difference again real quick of breaker structure and market structure shift. So you guys know, for like example, this uptrend, let me go in the 5-minute and show you guys. It's easier. All right. So now for breaker structure, I'll use this example, right? We're moving up, low, high, low, right? When we make these lows right here, and then we make this high, when we're in an uptrend and we break back above trend, whether it's the market's going down or up, right? When you break back above trend or below trend, that's a continuation pattern or a break of structure. Now, when you get a shift in market structure, Well, we have trend continuing up, right? Boom, we make these lows right here. Boom, low made, but we're breaking above. These are all break of structure. We're breaking above these highs. Boom, break of structure. Low made here. High broke, break of structure. And then when we come over here, right, new low made, boom. And this is where you would look for price to take that out, which would be our break of structure up here if we were to continue to see a move back up. But what do? We wind up getting a reversal once we come up and retest this level of 4-hour highs again and push back under these lows instead of making a new high, which shows us a shift in market structure. And when you see a shift in market structure after a very strong trend, that's pretty much telling you guys that market sentiment is starting to flip, and more than likely price is going to start to head in the opposite direction. So now with that being said, once we did come up, get that shift in market structure, at this point I'm like, all right, more than likely we're going to probably look to go lower, whether it's a retracement for price to pull back into maybe equilibrium and then to look to go higher off of that, or we're just going to continue to flush. Market's just going to take out that entire move and yeah, pretty much just head back down for the rest of the day. So we see market shift or market structure shift on the 1 minute. Now going back to the 5 minute, what do we have? We have this strong gap here, and we get we get this imbalance or fair value gap here on the 5 minute, and we get a strong 5 minute candle to push through that and wind up inversing this gap right here. And as soon as this candle closes, we get a super quick displacement candle back into this inverse 5 minute fair value gap. And then if we drop back into the one, with that being said, once a fair value gap gets taken out, if it's a bullish fair value gap and price closes below it, creates an inverse, and that is usually an area of interest for price to reject off of and to continue going down, which is basically exactly what we saw right here. Price pushes back into that 5 minute inverse, we get a strong rejection and create a 1 minute bearish fair value gap, and this candle right here, 1228, is exactly, yeah, that's exactly where we took entry. So I entered off this candle. We did go into a little bit of drawdown. Stop would have been at this high right here, which of course is above this 1 minute bearish fair value gap. If we had gotten that close above and taken out this high, I would have stopped, because that invalidates that price is more than likely looking to continue to go down, and we'd probably wind up trying to go back and target these highs again. But we did not. We respected that fair value gap, continued to push down off of that right into TP1, and I want to explain this. We entered here. I did not sell any contracts on this move. We had Trump. It was like a data or news reaction candle from Trump in Greenland. Something going on with that. I know a few of you guys were able to scale contracts or get out on this, which was, I think contracts ran over 100% in like maybe 30 seconds. But we did pull back up. The whole entire move pretty much got eaten right back up. And what told me to stay in this, or why I kept conviction to stay in this play, is because we continued, again, to respect this gap, this imbalance here, right? We didn't see a closure above. We didn't break any highs. We just continued to push down and reject this imbalance up here, which is a key area of interest. Capiche? All right. So what do? Boom. Push right back into TP1, which is at that low, scales about here, and then I was looking for 626.4, I believe, on QQQ, which was somewhere down here, but I trimmed more here. This was full TP, 626.4, I think, and then we wound up pushing down to like 625 level or 624 when I fully got out of all runners. Yeah, this position ran like 270%. We made about like 12.7K, I think. Pop up the screenshot. Always got to pop it up. Could have ran more than 270% because I know we continued to push lower. I was out by then. But either way, absolute banger trade. We did take a small loss yesterday. It was just like under 3K. It was like 2.8, 2.9K. I think we lost yesterday, so still up like 2.9 on the week, or I'm sorry, 9.9 on the week. And yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. Pretty self-explanatory trade. Hopefully I'm good at explaining these trades for you guys. If I'm not, feel free, always drop a comment, or add me in the Discord. Also live every morning, 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. First link in the description. Come hop in, bank with us. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning